Hello there, guys. I haven't put up any. I was attending my live because I didn't know whether or not I'd make it for midnight. I didn't know whether or not the where's my little red thing gone? I didn't know whether or not the end it stuff would turn up. I didn't know if I would pull this off or not. Anyway, I'm standing my ground. I'm continuing with my truth. I'm continuing with what I know I'm here to do, and I don't care if I have to take slap or two, fucking people standing towards me, people persecuting me, people criticizing me, people trying to pull me down. Hello there, Claire. Any police fucking threats or any person in or around a certain level. When I went through when we first put together personal centered planning with Neil and in Portsmouth, and the learning difficulties in mental health, and when we first created that main frame for personal centered planning and circles of support for people with physical conditions, mental health conditions, people who are going through adversary trauma, any person, be it cradle to the grave, that needed some form of continuous constant support, because there's a difference between breaking a leg and healing and everybody having to rally around. There's a difference in having flu and maybe people having to give you a little bit of a hand. But when you live a consistent chronic condition that you have to maintain on a daily basis, then you require to either live completely isolated, and that means you're going to struggle because there's going to be things that are just not there for you to be able to live independently and live in co-symbiotic and create with so many fucking people around you. It's not like the narrow roads that you used to get in pilgrim days, where you would probably not see anybody for days, weeks, months or years. Obviously the world is, as people are trying to statistically say, the world is, to a scientific think tank point of view, that the world is overpopulated. I'm not ready to release everything that I am about yet. When you want to get to the core, it's like an onion layer. And as I say, when you shine the light on somebody who's in the dark, you have to do it in layers, because people can't come out of their shells. Hey, my saviour's here. Hello and fantastic, and welcome to my new life, and everything's great. Trauma takes time, and dealing with trauma takes time, and overcoming trauma takes time. It doesn't matter what that trauma is. It could just be that you saved up to go to the fucking fair, and you knew your child wanted a fucking balloon, and all of a sudden you've paid for this balloon, and you have walked home and this balloon has just disappeared, and you are traumatized because you've just done 5 fucking cleaning rounds to pay for that fucking balloon, and you have 2 kids, so you then have 2 balloons to pay for, and that could be the trauma that exists. That trauma could come in the fact that you've just gone startled for a fucking door. It could be that somebody's put a gun to your head. It could be that somebody has raped you. It could be that somebody has invaded your privacy. It could be that somebody's read your diary. It could be the stuff that somebody doesn't make your coffee the way that you like it. It could be the fact that every time you see this fucking red X, you feel traumatized because you know what this red X now stands for. I do believe that people are getting a little bit pissed off with this red X because it's starting to pop up. 7 years fucking later, it's starting to pop up. Now, it needs to pop up. We now need to draw a line and have a zero tolerance. Fuck what End It and whoever the fucking cunt is that runs under the Index banner. I ain't interested in them. I'm interested in their network. I'm interested in the number of followers they've got. I'm interested in their audience. I'm interested in the people who are getting scammed by them. I'm interested in the people who are getting ripped off by people who are branding on social media and what they're doing. And the reason that I know End It is not legally licensed is because I had to pay further fees to have this order brought in. I said I was going to take the risk. There is no company name on this piece of paper.
Cannot listen to the bullshit that comes
at
out of
all.
your mouth.
Right? There's no company name on this whatsoever. And it comes from the Endit store. Okay, so it's basically branding that incorporates a number of videos that release information to do with trafficking. So apparently, my nice order was made by this lady. So if this lady, Govinda Damela, exists, please get in contact with me. And I'd love to know how this is paying you for your home, your wages. Now, the reason I say this is in 2007, I went along to a Christian festival called Creation Fest. And what it was skateboarding. I'm going to get trounced by
you are, you're full of shit.
And it was a place where I went with a church called King's Church, which was in Preston. I've come into a church. So I just let him go for it. Here we go. Let me have it. Come on.
You're full of shit.
Let me have it. Let me have it. Come on, bring it on. Run, 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 run.
You're a fucking fake and a fucking fraud sitting on
there. I'm a paedophile. I'm a child
They're listening to your bullshit.
I'm a rapist.
Really?
I fuck my son.
They've got to be fucking check up their neck up the fucking idiots. So listen to you, you fucking.
Do you know what? Seriously, when you are going through separation and trying to parent and co-parent with somebody, I'm so glad it's coming out. I'm so glad it's coming out. The truth of my 4.5 years in fucking battle axe hell. FBA is done. FBA is over. FBA is done.
You're a fucking fake. You are a fraud, mate. You're a fake and a fraud. And people need to know that you're a fake and a fraud.
Go live on camera.
Good, I'm glad I'm live, mate. I'll tell you straight with your life. You're a fake and a fraud. Don't face anybody. You're a fake and a fraud.
Come on live and do it. Come on live and do it. Come on live and do it. Come on live.
Bullshit.
Come on live and do it.
You're a fake and a fraud. I don't need to go online. I know what you are.
Come on then.
You're a fake. You're a fake and a fraud.
Met on Downing Street. Yeah, came in to marry me and be my saviour, did he? Told you more will come soon. Don't think I'm stupid. Anyway, where was I? So basically, Endit can stand for whatever you stand for. It can mean I'm shaking inside, but you know what? Fuck it, because he comes in my face. I've already had one. I'm knocked the hat off today. Fuck, I've already told social. They've made it worse because we've had 3 interventions from social since we've been together. He's staying here now, so long as he's ever been here, because he thinks I'm actually setting the kids up to be trafficked. That's what he thinks of me. Accuse me of fucking my son, my own son, my 23-year-old son. Always says, Aaron and Faith, allegedly taken. Allegedly taken. I work for the state. I'm Babylon. We've got you. I've got a memory stick on you. You and your mom, your brother. He's never met my brothers. He's never met my family. My mom's met him, and nobody else wants to meet him. My son's met him and fucking hates him. So anyway, see him in court. That's where I'm going. State, police, touch my kids. You're meeting a very, very different mother now, and I will not. I've got mother over there who's scared shitless, took a kick in the other day, scared shitless to tell social because she's worried they'll take her kids off her. Men out there that are playing the whole, what is it? I've been a right-winged lesbian feminist. I'm a witch, I'm pagan. My mum's a lesbian, my son's a wolf and a lesbian, gay, sorry. I'm crackhead, smackhead, whore, slag. Oh, Shine a light, honey, shine a light. And if any police want to fuck this up and cause any harm to my children, hopefully he will eventually walk out the door and I will get the breathing space to go through my paperwork and everything, which he doesn't give a shit about, and sits on his fucking arse listening to his music. Yes, he interacts with the kids. Other mums have come out, but at the end of the day, I protect my two boys in this house, and he's, at the end of the day, hasn't got the guts to come on and do live. I get it. I support him in many other ways. I get his anger, but I'm a sort of woman that if a man or woman wants to lay a hand on me, then I'm assuming I'm going to prison. I do 10 years and let someone lay a hand on me, do you know what I mean? Mate. And I just don't want to be in that situation. So he's reacting to the fact that I have told social and I have told housing that I want to live independently. He believes this was a setup from the beginning. He believes blah, 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 but he's actually causing it himself, because I get his past, I get what he's been through, I get his trauma, I get what narcissism is. But unless somebody actually accepts that they have this trauma and they have these shields and they have these guards and they have these masks and they have these things, unless people actually can face that stuff, then they can't come through it. One of the most poignant things in one of my psychological reports, I'm starting to come down now, my stomach's going, but fucking does nothing. Police will never believe me, no one will ever listen to me, they all think you're fucking crazy, they're all nuts, they all know what you are, always use Lisa on me. Don't forget I met Dean and Tracy Morris on exactly the same day, on the day that I was in CP with Elijah, after I was taken out here when he blamed me. And we all know I was in a great place, camera, doing all the flashy stuff. My neighbour would come and vouch for me at any point of everything, because people here have known what's been going on for a long time. And even the people in the system have known what's going on, but they all know that if they allow for the system to deal with this matter, then somebody's gonna get shot in the head by me because they touched my boys after the situation out there. And I don't ever want to be in a situation to be somebody who stands my ground to the level that I may have to. Told him today, don't threaten it, do it. Don't threaten me. Don't try to intimidate me. Don't try to. I will stand right in front of you and I will tell you to smash my fucking head in, kick me around this fucking room, put my blood up against the fucking wall, put your kids in foster care and your ass on the run or in prison. And if you fucking kill me, thank God I didn't commit suicide, because I'd have gone to purgatory. You're going to hell and I'm going to fucking heaven, mate, because finally somebody stood up to somebody like you. And if I have to die to do that, if I have to die to stand up for what I believe in and what I protect, so fuck be it. I don't cower down to nobody, and I get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger every day. And the more I face it, the stronger I get. The more people, the harder I get. The more people fucking piss at me off and drill at me, and they're meant to be. Hello there, guys. Sorry, signal went down, and I was getting a bit of a on that. I need another hair bubble, so I need to try and find another hair bubble, and I'd like to have some red hair bubbles. That would be really fucking cool. I'm sick and tired at the moment of wearing clothes that I fucking hate, jeans that I don't like, things that I can't find. So I need to get some red hair bubbles. I want some red hair bubbles to put in here. I quite like the shape of this hat, which actually is properly sponsored by Buddha. So that means we are open to all of the networks and mainframes that go, and that's all I'm interested in. I'm looking for the actual key to stop the banging. Once someone locks me in a home or out of a home, and whether it's their insecurities or not, once I go out of the house, I take the locks, the bolts, the keys, the fucking everything. So anyway, I'm bored shitless of clothes that I freaking hate, image that I don't want. So I'm going to literally start from top to bottom, and I can use it whether I'm in the gym, whether I'm training, whether I'm dancing, whether I'm band bits, and I keep losing signal, but it will keep coming back. It keeps cancelling threes. So I actually can't have this, hence why the plant is in here, because of the warning is fire, fire. Now, a lot of people persecute or gossip with any person who has any form of banner or any form of brand or anything like that, because of I keep losing my signal, but it's not actually signal, it's actually saying your broadcast has been cut. It's not actually saying weak signal, it's saying, I wish I had my camera phone to sort of screenshot it as it cuts out. And he's just been to lock the door from inside. I've got key here, but thought I was live saying like shit, but I wasn't talking as if it was live. So I'm going to stay on live leading in with lots of different videos, with lots of different sorts. If it cuts out, I'll come back until I feel at ease, soldier. Smile on your face, your big disgrace, kicking your ass all over the place, and we will rock you. So anyway, welcome to my crack book. Why do I do my crack book? It's a vlog, it's a log, it's a way for me to express myself, to be myself, for me to progress as myself, to me to hold myself accountable, for me to take myself through difficult times, hard times, for me to celebrate. And people sometimes respond, some people are here, some people support, some people don't support. But today it's not yet in America. I don't know where the time frame is in America, so I don't know when they're all kicking off with the Super Bowl. So we've got the Super Bowl network as well, so get ready guys, because if this works, then our little 6,000 over on FBA will hopefully spring over into a billion audience over in America. And not just that, but then springboard to people who get involved with this over here. Who's a fraud, who's a fake, who's this, who's that, who knows? I don't know. I probably won't know the truth of all of this until I'm in heaven or hell and I'm going, oh, you know that decision that I really had in my gut, and my gut really said like no, but my head kept saying like, well, you know, people have, you know, they have, you know, potential, and you know, you can't judge people, and you know, people where they are and stuff like that, but your gut's going no, and you make those decisions, and that's all life is really, isn't it? We make choices and we live by them, and we hold ourselves accountable, we take responsibility. But the conversations I'm having with friends of mine is that I'm not being crushed because of the consequences of my own actions. I'm being crushed because of people who don't take this personal responsibility for the consequences of theirs, and therefore we have to hold them accountable somehow. But how do you say to somebody who's not you, not your family, not part of your life, not part of your world, or just a complete stranger, or something that is absolutely just it's not in your world at all. You don't need to deal with that stuff. You don't need to, like, even one song can change a whole atmosphere. Like, when I was in a relationship with Aaron Faye's dad, 50 fucking cent, mate. 50 fucking cent. Like, oh my goodness, I was so glad the day that I never had to fucking hear that. And it was quite funny that even though he fucked off and left us and abandoned me with, well, I wasn't even abandoned, I actually stood up to him as well, you know, and I said, look, you know, you're taking me and the kids to a place in hell. This is why I wanted to design this whole art piece, because it was Aaron Faye's father that I said this to. And I said to him, I said, do you remember The Little Mermaid? And when the old wicked witch was right down at the bottom of the sea in a cracked out fucking wreck of a fucking shipwreck. And so I put some fucking lipstick on earlier and it's horrible. I quite like wearing no makeup, to be honest. It annoys me wearing makeup now. Yeah, seriously, you can't wear hats when you wear makeup. I love not wearing makeup. I love not giving a shit about makeup, and I'm really loving, actually, guys, just living in this until eventually my next level turns up, and maybe I'll get a date, maybe I'll get to go to an event that I need to dress up to, but I'm staying like this now, so all my lives you'll see me like this. This is how I'm staying. You can't really see anything, so they can't have a go at me, but I'll just show you for... It's not greatly made. It's not worth the money. It's not worth the shipping. I'll tell you that. I could have done this here, but I just wanted to sell the brand. So my stuff is going to have a Step Up Britain down the side, and then at the back it will have I'm stepping up for Britain or the world, whatever, and lots of different messages on the back and stuff, and then it'll have the Great Black in Britain.
You don't speak about my fucking business. Not your fucking business to speak about. Do you understand? Yeah, yeah. Don't. All right. Don't mug me off. Do you understand me? Yeah. You're a fake and a fucking fraud. Them little fools there that sit there and watch you and love fucking little mugs as well, because they ain't got a fucking clue. Do you listen? You ain't got a clue, mate. So before you start banging on about how fucking great and everything you are, you've got a very short memory.
I don't.
While you went downstairs, you left my 2 kids in a flat where I had to kick the door in. All right? Yeah, no, not a long time ago. Not so long ago, mate. So don't be sitting on here, mate, giving it all your bollocks.
And actually, I went to the bin shoot.
Wipe your mouth, mate. Wipe your mouth. I don't give a fuck who's there. I don't give a fuck who any of you mugs are.
Well, come on.
Right.
Face yourself if you're going to do it.
Mate. All right.
They all know I went to the bin shoot and got locked out and you kicked the door in. It's been on the fucking journey.
Because I want 2 children asleep and I'm trying to get some sleep. I don't want to hear your yabbity yap about your fake load of
hence
shit.
why we can't live together. Hence why, actually, you're in my home, yeah, visiting your kids.
I hope you're recording. Whatever mugs are there, I hope you're listening and all right?
Anyway, I'm in my home. He's visiting the kids. He's been here all week because he thinks
social
and all of the appointments. We've got social here tomorrow. Oh no, actually, it's all been cancelled, the meetings, but we're meant to have social here tomorrow at 1:30 to do the assessment for all of this stuff that's gone on with me taking stuff down to the storage unit, which came from the police. And then we are meant to be having an appointment on the 19th with the, in brackets, as they do all the way through, the disability support, mental health, substance users, domestic violence and support helplines. So it ticks the boxes like that. And maybe our services might not be able to offer you any of these services, but we would like to actually assess you to see if you would apply for any of our services. So anyway, this is now the 3rd time. So yet again, because I'm coming from, I'm not there to talk about him, but coming from any person who would date me point of view, you've got to ask who's this person, what they're about. Now, he openly admitted this week that when he met me on Downing Street, he didn't believe me. And I have always said to him, since you have met me, you have been constantly sabotaging everything I'm about, what I stand for, what I do, and for my kids. I think he believed I was raving fucking loony, and he thought he was some saviour that was going to save this witch, pagan, lesbian, right-wing, lesbian, feminist. I've never campaigned for women's rights, actually. I've never actually really classed myself as a campaigner. This is the first time ever, you will see and know. I did put a Scott hat once on when I was down and I'd do some videos with a Scott hat, but this is the first time ever that I've ever sort of done this, apart from Aaron Faith's t-shirt with Home for Christmas on the back. So can't be asked with it. I'm sick and tired of justifying myself to lies and bullshit and comments when, you know, it's him that needs, look, seriously. I go downstairs to get fag butts, right? Because I'm, do you know what? He even fucking puts them back in it, fucking empty. So it looks like there's fag butts when there's actually not, and he needs the fuck out. And it's like, and I come back and say, well, you clean yourself up and all that sort of stuff. And it's fucking, I'm so bored of it. Like, seriously, who the fuck does he think he is? So anyway, I really, really just want to give him this flat. I want to pack up my paperwork. I want to sell the car. I want to sell the main items and just completely clear out these main things. I want to get my paperwork all into nice bundles and folders that I can pack into the boot of my car. I want to get the main little things that I want to keep, and I want to find a lovely private rental anywhere in the UK, even anywhere in the fucking world right now, for say 6 to 18 months to just literally get all of these books written. I promised someone today who helped us get this released. I'll show you actually. By the way, guys, I actually have on my Kelly Cotton inside because I can't set this one to just for me or certain people, so I go on the other one. And sometimes when I'm sitting on the sofa, I press live and go live and let this happen, but I have it just set so only I can see it. He's probably waking the kids up to try and interrupt me or something, so I'm going to leave it running, okay? So, let me just check I've got a book. I don't want the internet to run out, so because you know I come through and going, this sounds more important, except words, you sound more important, you think. So yeah, I have a couple of lights that I will just literally break out if I have to. I've ran around like a blue ass fly the last few days, making sure that the boys have had milk. I don't know how I feel about milk, by the way, because a lot of campaigners are anti-milk, or educators, campaigners, educators, are anti-milk. Some say that people shouldn't have milk, because at the end of the day, this is cow's milk, isn't it? I'm a breastfeeder, so naturally feeding. So my child has mine. I wouldn't suckle him onto a cow. And milk is made directly for the person. It's created for the child. It's not mass produced, you know what I mean, and affected and stuff. Seriously, my ribs are hurting at the back because I'm actually shaking down the core of my spine, so my muscles are actually working quite hard, because the problem with dealing with doing what I'm doing is I face this from every angle from the day that I have ever been in this. I can be at Asda shopping till, and I'm going to be like this. People are going to ask me constantly, what's with the Red X, what's with the Endic movement, what's with it, and I'm going to probably talk to the Endic movement about talking more about what this is about, because this is Hope for Justice, where I first started, for those that don't know. So this is what today is about. So if you need to freeze that to have a look and read that, then please do so. He's pissed off as well because same boundaries, same boundaries, same boundaries, same boundaries, same boundaries, same boundaries. Because me, Kelly, and my father and my mother's daughter, which I have complete severed relationships because of the type of relationships that I co-create, and also my own dramas in my life, and also because they just don't know me and their own dramas and traumas, and we've just never ever really sat down as a family and talked because there's too much denial and rejection. I've got some fucking light coming for making me look some fucking creation from God to people out there that would really think that it's actually just light. Don't worry about it, it's not some spiritual fucking guide. It's right by that's all it is. So no, it's not some big guardian angels. In fact, I'll go that way so you can see the thing. It's following me now, so maybe it is. But I was going to drive out the wall now. But anyway, I'm going to stick here for a bit because what I don't like is being in a situation. This isn't just about Dean. This is about the man that was in the hallway that was threatening to fucking punch my fucking head in. It's about being surrounded by police. It's about having that knock on the door from the police. It's about dealing with the council or any person in any form of government, council funded support systems, because I've even had it. I've over at King's Church today, I spoke to the main person there and I said, I'm having her in court. She's dangerous, she's nasty, she's dangerous, she's bad for parents that have got children. One of the kids is coughing and might come through and sneezing, and he'll deal with it. It's a shame because sometimes it's wonderful memories, absolute memories. It's really difficult. I need an office, like desperately need an office. I need that structure. I need that. Like when I get up in the morning, I liked it. Like it was like I think it was 7:23 this morning. Like literally all three of the boys and so two boys and me just pinged open, and Elijah was in the most amazing mood. He was talking about Santa and making up something about some sledge and thing, and telling me this whole story about, I don't know, and he was in such a Christmas mood, and we were just about to sit down and actually watch Christmas for the morning and chill for a bit. And then we both sort of, because Dean's in bed and the boys were in, and staying quiet and stuff, and from not being able to just get up and go downstairs into the kitchen or the garden and be in normal life where you can't hear the food or somebody's sleeping. Now, if he was out DJing and he was sleeping in the morning and came back with a salary, I'd get it. It would not bother me. That would just be the family routine. Hang on just 2 seconds. I'm keeping it on because I'm just not putting myself in vulnerable situations. My lives are my lifeline. the main reason I actually started doing these lives was because I was putting myself in some really vulnerable situations when I first went down to Downing Street, and I didn't have a phone or camera for a long time, so there's stuff that people just haven't seen. There's no documents of it. It wasn't until I think Jason sort of got involved that we had some form of video evidence of what we were doing and things. And then obviously one of the guys come in with a camera for Occupy London, and he got some footage through their sort of channels. And then RT and things like that. So there's loads of stuff that was done with no actual evidence of sort of what went on and things like that. So this is what the main frame is to gather all of that evidence. And that's pretty much what I'll be doing with my paperwork. So I've now got a deadline for the 6th of March. These bottles here for me that. So basically, I need to literally sit down properly with the diary, and it's so important that I just move from this flat. I cannot stay here anymore, and I need it, and I'm quite happy to just let that happen. What if I have to hold on to a council tenancy? Because the challenge we got is we have a joint tenancy, but it's classed as an untidy tenancy, and I'm here as a single mother, have been for 3 years now, and get single parent claimant. But the problem is every time it kicks off in the system or something, it then comes back and it only pays me half. So I've been living and getting very stressed out because they keep suspending all benefits for me, because then they keep me and do that, and I keep saying, well, he's not here because he's only ever here for like a couple of days and goes. So he calls me, I argue, stand up, he goes, I'll tell him to leave, that's the way it is. Has to be, because there's just a certain light. I was exactly the same with my family, When I used to turn up to any family events, I used to sit in my car for a bit. In fact, I used to go for a drive. I was always giving myself about 15 minutes from my long drive from fucking Preston or Northern Ireland, wherever I was, to come down here, not to Portsmouth, but Guildford area, to my family, or wherever one of my aunts was, if the family were gathering there because it was a birthday, Christmas, whatever. But there's a line, and I'm actually quite good at not crossing it, to be honest. And I will tell people how they make me feel, what it's creating within me, and then they'll say, oh, it's all about you. But I'm not the sort of person to go, my dad's bigger than your dad's bigger than this, my brother, because I'm actually on my own. I don't have a father who has guided me. I haven't had a birthday or Christmas with my dad since I was 11. So I haven't had a father. I haven't had a father to guide and educate me as a daughter and raise me to be a wife and a mother and the co-creator of my life, and I haven't had that. And I haven't had a mother to nurture me and guide me and I've had a mother who's been quite a bit of a narcissistic mother, and I haven't had, mums and dads that have ever bothered to sort of go, who is Kelly and what is she about? All I've ever had is a systematic, dogmatic way of going, oh, what's wrong with her? I'm not like, what can we put on my next? And a lot of these as well, fucking seriously, come bring it, and if I have to stand up to the police now, I will. But the problem is in situations like that, you cannot call the police when you have children. Fact, sorry, you can't. Because the problem is you get two monkeys turning up who don't know you, have only got what they've got on the system, might not have had a call, all they're coming in to do. And the problem is with somebody like me who's been in, if you want to call it DB relationships, is whenever the police have turned up at the door, he's always been really calm. I've been like a raging fucking loony. And the reason being is the situation with Stephen, and I'd gone to a church meeting, and it was a prayer group meeting. It was on Tuesday, And from wherever, Tuesdays and Thursdays are my days. They're my evenings to go to whatever it is that I want to do, be it netball, be it prayer group, be it go out for a drink, whatever. They were always my days, and every other weekend on whatever. It was always my way of being mum and getting stuff done, because Liam and Daniel always went to their dad's every other weekend and Tuesday and Thursday. So I always kept that routine, because I was at uni, I'd do evening lectures, but it was the days that I could just hang about and, whatever. So I built everything around that sort of calendar that exists for my children, do you know what I mean? So, I'm trying to think where I'm going. I'm so nervous about coming back in again, because I just don't get it. Why? I just don't get why. I just don't get why. I mean, how could you have two children with somebody if you genuinely thought that they were a paedophile, a child abuser, that they had never actually had their children taken, it's all a fake and a fraud, you're a plant and you're a shill, you're one of these people that comes in because you work in the state, come in to sabotage. I mean, if fucking my own 23-year-old son, it's dread to think how many men I must have shagged. If you genuinely thought, and abusing our own kids, if you genuinely thought this about somebody, would you bugger off to Spain? Would you bugger off to be with Tracy Morris in old Belfast? No pictures of him and Tracy Morris with the, yeah, let's not get into a bit of a bitch fight, innocent stuff, not saying anything other than the fact that he was using her because all of a sudden she became a narcissistic supply, because she actually knew somebody who might be able to give him an opportunity. But I was at a CP meeting that day, having to hand my son over to social services to take him out onto the park while I went and attended a CP meeting, based on the fact that this was created by the woman that Dean had claimed that they were getting married and all of this, and he says it's a lie, and she says, but I've offered him Jeremy Kyle and neither have done it. I will never know my true purpose in all of this until maybe my dying day. I may find the true light. Maybe one day it will all click. Maybe when I finish these books and I close the door on it, it will all just go, oh, Kelly, you were right, cunt. You really did fuck your life up, and actually nobody was to blame but you. Or I might just turn around and go, you were a strong cookie. You really did have it coming from all angles and all sides, and people genuinely persecuted you for having a hidden condition. And that hidden condition that I have is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Funny enough, Liam, my son, my 23-year-old son, who's always grown up knowing that a doctor said that he has EDS and that he would potentially be worse than me. So I've always primed Liam to maybe hold himself, and I fought school about monkey bars and his shoes and stuff like that. But I always grew up with children, same method that I had, that he pushed through it. However, Liam wanted to know for sure, was EDS the easiest condition to fake, and maybe I was a Munchausen mum. And also understood that he was having these body problems and he wanted to know for sure. So he went to have the testing done, and he's come back positive for EDS. So when, and probably Daniel would if he went for the same testing. And we know that since Aaron and Faith were taken by Flintshire County Council claiming that EDS was the easiest condition to claim to have, that they have had definitely Faith done. They still refuse to have Aaron checked, because that would invalidate their whole case, really, that I had just picked my kids up from a mother with dodgy joints, and it wasn't any of these 5 different accusations they would put on me and then stamp me with fucking foster care files from the age of fucking 3 all the way through who knows what the fuck. So but you know what, for doing this I've taken so much you wouldn't know, things you haven't got a clue. I've stood my ground in ways that even in the meeting in there, I can't wait to go in like this, but even in the meeting in there with the police, and I'm going along with you know, and I'm going over to, you know, this woman who is actually ringing social care, and she's done it on me. I have evidence now. The social worker's fucking laughing her head off because I've been forewarning her about what's going on over here, because this is just about a 3-year-old boy who wants to help tidy up after, you know, kids club. It's not kids club, it's a feed cycle. Wait until they find out what I could have done for that church. But funny enough, the last King's Church I went to, the person who was meeting and greeting on the front door turned around to be fucking kids down at the, you know, the activity places that the church used to take kids off to. Who do you trust these days? Like, seriously, how do you know? You know, how do you know? How do you know if somebody faces you and, like a boxer's trained, yeah, to not give a shit if his teeth fall out, if his nose gets broken, if his ear gets bitten off, if his shoulder goes, you know, if somebody's going boom, 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 boom. They don't have that fear. And I spoke to my cousin about this when I first let my family know that I was going through this. And I said to him, like, how do you deal with that, being in that situation? And what he gets annoyed with is I go into John mode. And I've said, I will know when I'm with my real husband, because I will wear nice flowery summer dresses and nice sandals, because I will feel safe to do so. Yeah? The more I black up and the more I think, the more I feel like I've got to come in and fucking stand my ground with you. The more feminine I am, the more man the person is. The more aggressive you are with me, the more the Kelly John will come out. Do you know what I mean? And this is the problem with women these days. And it is a problem with women because women have had to masculate themselves. And I don't mean lesbians or anything like that. I'm just talking about the women that have been raped, the woman that have taken a slap, the woman who's taken a kick, the woman who's taken a thing, the woman who's having to stand her ground, the woman who stands there. You've got to take your fucking power back. Do you know what I mean? And stand your ground. Nobody has a right to attack anybody. Nobody has a right to judge anybody, and nobody has a right to separate, alienate anyone from anything that they love, they do, they want to be about. Yeah, nobody has the right to do any of that to you. You are who you are. I am who I am. I stand on my ground, you stand on yours. I can't do your journey for you, you can't do mine for mine, you can't judge mine, and I can't judge yours. Fact. We don't even have to know each other. You're the ones here, I'm here to talk, I'm here to breathe and diary for a woman who can't necessarily write. Oh, there's blogs out saying that this is all about the whole fucking bring the beast in the mark and whatever. It's a fucking Reddit, people. Talk about it, walk about it, get it set up literally now. Get your fucking red pens on. I'm doing my left hand, not my right hand, because I protect my right hand because that's my faith. So, Aaron is where I get my strength from, my Aaron. And I would love to have Liam on my right foot, Daniel on my left foot. If anyone wants to come and do some tattoos and do some things, that would be perfectly fine by me, but you'd have to be of a standard because I've got to live with it. But I can't say I can't afford, but I couldn't invest in it at the moment. It's not something I could go and do. I haven't even got time to go and sit in this tattoo room with obviously 2 young boys and a so-called man who's marrying me in July, who fully supports me and loves me and enables me and empowers me to be myself and my righteous, honourable, gracious self. So anyway, there are a lot of people who are aware that are going on. I have all my batteries running down. I'm going to have to grab my charger. One has problem. One does not know where charger has gone. I remember what my ex did once, Graham. When I was at uni, it ran out in a minute, but I wanted to keep it running. I might not, what's the word? What's the word? I might not, I can't remember, seriously, this is where the point between fear and faith lies. and you have to learn to. I have quite a high emotional intelligence, by the way, guys. I learned from some of the best on how to understand more than just happy, sad, angry, pissed off, and really get through with what these shakes were and what these weird things were and why my leg went and why I was cowering in the corner and why certain noises would aggravate me and why I wouldn't like certain lights and why I like to sit in the dark. Yeah. So I've had to really get into understanding how I react to other people, how I react to how other people deal with me. And it's a little bit different for me because I'm not really in it. I'm sort of looking at it and thinking, yeah, you know. But if you know me in my life when I'm not dealing with that, then I'm actually quite bouncy. Even the other day I went, hey, I feel like fucking high-fiving you. You went, hey, that'd be really cool. Yeah. And I love walking past people like that. I'm quite Americanized. I'm quite a high-energy person. I love getting out there. I love having my roller skates on and whizzing around chatting to the neighbours. They think I'm fucking crazy, mad. But it makes them smile. They feel better about themselves. They feel like they want to go do something. And sometimes you see one of them maybe break a bit out of themselves, and I can't wait to see people getting holy fucking phones. It's fun all day. From the moment he gets some headphones, yes, he might put it down for his dinner, but he'll have his phone on. You know, and yeah, I love rounders, little game of cricket, being on park, being out and about. The challenge with me is I just don't have the people that consistently understand my physical body condition, and that's really difficult because I keep meeting new people and having to at some point explain it, or maybe some explain and I go, oh, God. So I'm going to be doing this all day, by the way. I'm going to come off and just see how things run and plug up and maybe set it up and just have it so I can hit on my inside for a bit where I do just for me, if need be, because I have no idea what's going to come in for. And what I worry about more is you going, well, that's her partner and he lives with her, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So I'm just mum. I have EDS, diagnosed with Asperger's. I'm sort of diagnosed with dyslexia that I've managed to mask quite well. I just want to be able to provide for my children because I've been in relationships with people that go, oh, I'm not going to put money in your pocket. It's all about kids. And if you separate and if you go to the CIA, then I'm going to take your house and I'm just going to go down to the benefit system so you can't fucking get anything. So I just want to be an independent mum for myself. Yeah, not just for myself, you know, but for my children. So, like my son now, the situation that I can go down to my son's and go, right, there's 7 hair dolls for you to go and cut some hair on. There's the things for you. That's how much it is. There's the receipts and help him set up his business and stuff. I'd love to be in that situation. I'd love to turn around to people here that I've got to know. I'd love to go over to that family's house and just get in there and get that shit off their wall and decorate their house and just go for them in a fucking hotel somewhere. Find fucking country, whatever, that just shows them that there is this ultra different way, and it's not about the cost or price of it in money. It's about the lifestyle that it brings. If I gave every single one of you £1 million, you fucking blow it. £1 million not much at all. If I ask you what sort of lifestyle that you want, you know, you can go on yachts by volunteering for yachts, or you can go on yachts by sailing with whatever. You can go on a yacht because you can afford to buy one. There's different ways of being able to have the lifestyle that you desire just because of whatever. It's not about materialism. It's not about that. It's not about prosperity. Oh, seriously, sometimes I hate wearing hats, but it makes my ears look really big, these. Not one size fits all. No, to hats that one size fits all. Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna lead some lives. Fuck knows what's going on in my life. I'm not qualified to make that decision, and I just don't think going into the doctors and getting signposted to somebody who works somewhere to go and do stuff is the right thing. I need a good, real solid circle of support people around me that are there for me, you know, that enable me to do the speaking, do what I do, talk where I talk, you know, and enable me as a mother, as a housekeeper or whatever, and be in a situation to just go and charge these people to come and speak where I can pay for people to travel and connect and come around with me and things like that. I've been sort of trying to hand select that team for quite a while, to be honest. I'm quite happy to go and live on a bus, big fucking step up Britain bus, and travel around and have teas and coffees and whatever with people and listen in here and all of that. So, yeah, I'm quite happy to live like that. And I'm quite happy for my children to be raised with that level of confidence as well, because I just think that the education system can't give my kids what they want. To separate Elijah and the Shiloh now and put them into two dividing classes when they've been so close and intimate with each other would be quite hell for them. It'd be quite torture to pull them in such a way now, because they would want to be able to interact at some point. And I just don't think that school would recognise that level of relationship with siblings going into a herded fucking cattle market of more children fighting for one person's attention. Two kids in here fighting for my attention sometimes, you know, teacher with a class of 24, 30. I just don't think that's right for my boys. I want to find a gym for me and especially for Shiloh. And you know, I found these three classes where I can go and do all the sort of circuit trainings where the two boys can actually join in with the circuits. So that's something that I think would be really good. So that's on a Monday and a Wednesday and a Friday. But I think it works out about £3 for me, but I don't have to pay for the kids being in there with me. I just have to be responsible for them. And for Shiloh, it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing because he will get so involved with you know, having a physical, healthy body. And that's my focus. That has to be my focus, because if I don't, then in the next sort of 7, 8 years, you know, I've got bloody dental work that I need to get done. I've got my jaw to get sorted, the necks, the shoulders, all of that sort of stuff. I did actually say bottles if you need it. I did actually need you know, like I usually have orthetics in my shoes, and I've been wearing them fucking horrible Uggs lately. And when I'm walking down the road, I look like a fucking piss artist. I look like I'm an alcoholic because my legs are doing this as I'm walking. So my feet are sort of like flapping in because I have no control over my knee joints or ankle joints or feet joints or shoulder joints, because it's just, yeah, not there. Do you know what I mean? So I've got this. I've got some leggings on. I really want to get some black and red trainers. I really want to get some black and red trainers. That would be fucking ideal. If I showed you my trainers, you'd laugh. I've even got elastic band now because the glue's not quite working. So I've even put elastic band over the top. I don't want to cry because it's fucking mental. But gotta get through this. Don't forget, guys, when I had a 4-bedroom house, I had the sofa, the tin opener, I had the filing cabinet, I had everything that anyone would need for the children in their garden and all that stuff, and growing and building, and you know, the beginning of becoming self-employed and starting to make a little bit of money and crossing over from the benefit system to then just go to learning that Aaron and Faith's dad had taken a Provident loan out and shut the bank account down and done some other stuff, and bills not paid and defaults on credit in my name, and fell out of private rental, and he actually closed my bank account down with his sister, with me, and took my child benefit for Liam and Daniel, you know, not even his kids. And Aaron, I was pregnant with Faith. We didn't even know about it at that time. And then obviously, you know, I'd lost my home that I was privately rented because of too many police coming to the house and doors getting broken. And I was in a beautiful, beautiful 3-bedroom home with a plumbing in the garden and a cul-de-sac. I raised my boys there for like 9 years until me and Steve. So It was our home. It was lovely. We couldn't necessarily decorate it the way I wanted to because I just couldn't afford to do it that way, and it stayed the same. But it was nice. To having to go to social and declare homeless with 4 children and pregnant with one, and sort of saying, no, it was with 4 because the church helped me. The church put out to help me put the deposit together to go into private rental. And then obviously, so council paid my housing benefit and stuff while I started to do the 28 weeks to go self-employed. I'm supported by disability, living allowance at the time, and motability and things because of my condition. Graduated from university prior to meeting Stephen, ran Unity in the community, and then obviously launched Challenge Britain while in that situation, sitting in the hostel, from learning what a hosting domain was and how to put a website up or not put a website up, and trying to put the foundations and how I could be this businesswoman and support my children and be this grandperson who's going to get us out of this shithole